We're going to get into it right here. Yes! Woo! Got it. Can't believe that went in. That was the best shot I've ever had. We're going to get into it right here. Yes! Woo! Got it. Can't believe that went in. That was the best shot I've ever had. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Grant Nelson again here with the Mustache Off Grid YouTube channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the trick shot. Here's Bailey again. Right here's Bailey, if you can't see him. Alright, just wanted to get him in the video. So today I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about fishing. I try to make my channel for beginners, people that just don't know a lot about the outdoors. They're trying to learn, and I try to make it so someone that's never been in the woods before can go out and hopefully have some off-grid skills. So today's video I'm going to show you some basics on fishing. Obviously, when it comes to fishing, the first thing you need is a fishing pole. Here's one right here. It's probably $10. Sometimes you can pick them up at a flea market or something for a couple dollars. So basically, first thing you'll want to get is a fishing pole. They're real cheap. Usually they come with some line. Now the line that comes on them is usually pretty junky, but it will work to catch fish. It's probably 6 or 8 pound test. Generally they don't give you the best line. See, I use a cork bobber a lot of times, a weight, and just a very basic small hook. I'm going to show you guys how to put all that stuff on the line in just a moment. As far as it goes, you can use worms, you can use corn. If you get a can of corn at the store, you can catch some carp or something with that. It's different if you're fishing in a pond or a river. I don't generally use this bobber, as they call it, if I'm fishing in a pond. Let me get something out of the old tackle box here. Well, it don't look like I have a regular bobber in there, but as far as it goes, like you can use a cork, you can use a bobber. It just has to float and sit out there in the pond. If you find how deep the pond is, if it's like a foot or two, then you'll generally want it about, if it's a foot, you'll want your worm to be elevated 6 inches. So you only want to put your hook and sinker about, you want it to be off the bottom. Is the main thing, elevated off the bottom of the lake. Unless you're fishing for catfish or something like that, sometimes carp, you can throw it out there with no bobber. It'll sit on the ground. You don't have to use a bobber, it's optional. But for starters, if you've never fished before, I think it's a good option. If you're going to a pond or something, put a bobber, a sinker, and a hook, throw it out there, and you'll probably catch some little bluegill. And I'll have a video of me fishing later on in this video, just show you how I do it, how to cast, things like that. First thing I'm going to show you on camera here. So here's the hook. Let's see if we can see that pretty good here. Probably not. There's the hook right there. It's pretty. Let's see here. There's the hook. I'm going to take it off the line here to show you guys how to tie it. So here's the line. You can barely see it, right? Your hook is going to have a little hole. You might be able to see it on the video there. You take the line, put it through the hole. I would say probably 3 or 4 inches is pretty good. You spin the hook. Once you do that, you spin the hook. See how it's in my hands? I'm spinning it. You take what's left of your line on the end here, you put it through the hole, and you pull that tight. And then you do that one more time. And that's how you tie an improved clinch knot, is what they call it. For fishing, it's a fishing knot. Okay. Then you want to trim off the extra line. I usually just bite it with my teeth. Now you've got your hook on the line. That's step one. If you want to put a weight on, most of the weights are lead in the store. There is tie-on weights that you can use. It's optional. But the lead weights generally come with a little slit like this. You can probably see it open maybe here. And I usually just bite it on the line. If you want to be proper about it, you can use a pair of pliers and press it with pliers, but I just bite it. See, so now you've got your hook, you've got your weight, you know, maybe 4 or 6 inches above that hook. And then a cork bobber like this, I generally just tie on. Now they make regular bobbers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't find a regular bobber, so I'm gonna leave that out of this video here. But basically you just tie a cork on there. You put the string around it, tie it through, pull it tight, tie it, you make sure that it's secure, and then when you throw it out there in the pond, it'll float. Your hook and sinker should be elevated, and you can adjust this bobber and lower it or raise it depending on how deep the pond is. If you want your bait that's going to go on the hook to be closer to the bottom or more elevated. So that's the start of the video, and I just wanted to show someone that's never fished before how to tie the knot, how to rig up just a simple bobber and hook and sinker for a pole, and then the rest of the stuff I'll show you when I go fishing. Got a little hook right here. You might be able to see it. And just a couple things I wanted to include in the video. I wanted to give a brief tutorial on how to take the hook out of a fish when you catch it. Because I expect that someone's going to go out and catch a fish and they might have trouble getting the hook out of the fish. So let's say this piece of cardboard here is the fish's mouth. You can probably see it right there. Here's the hook. We're going to put the hook through the cardboard. Okay. And basically, to take the hook out of a fish's mouth, you see how the hook's in the cardboard right there? You're going to want to grab the hook, and basically you're going to be holding the fish. You're going to be holding the fish, and you're going to be holding the fish in this hand, and you're going to pull the hook with your other hand and take it out of the fish's mouth. So just wanted to give you guys a brief tutorial on that. You kind of have to grab the hook and the fish at the same time and turn the hook out of the fish's mouth. And for baiting a hook, it's the same thing. You know, you just put the same thing in reverse. You put the hook through the bait and throw it out there. And for taking the fish off the hook, you're doing the opposite. So I know it's simple, but I just wanted to include it in the video in case someone catches a fish and they've never been fishing before. Another thing too, when you catch a fish, you know, most likely a lot of you guys that have never fished before might catch a bluegill. When you grab it, they have spike fins on the top of their back. And you're gonna want to take your hand like this. Let me see if I got it here. Take your hand like this, around the fish. Let's say the fish is right here where my finger's at, and you're going to want to pull those fins down, and that way you won't get stabbed with them when you're holding them. Don't let it intimidate you. The way I'm saying it, they're sharp, but they aren't going to do much. They're just like a little pricker bush kind of. So you just bend them down. That's all you do, is you bend the fins down on the top. If you catch a bluegill and you grab the fish and then you pull the hook out of the mouth like that, like I was just saying. So another thing that might help you guys is having a very simple, we'll get it right here, very simple pair of pliers can help with getting the hook out too. You can grab the hook with the pliers and turn it out of the fish's mouth and grab the fish with your other hand. And if you've never been fishing before and you're scared to touch the fish, or you're scared of the spike fins, you know, you can wear gloves. I used to have a friend that used to wear gloves when he first started fishing when we were younger, and we always joked around with him about it. But as far as it goes, if you've never been fishing before and you're afraid to touch the fish, you know, wear gloves. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Grant Nelson again here with the Mustache Off Grid YouTube channel. We're down to the walk down to a pond. It's not my pond, but I do have permission to fish and hunt here. So I've caught quite a few raccoons along the banks of this pond with my neighbor, but there's some fish in it. I've caught some fish, so just for the video, I just figured I would discuss it. Obviously, I can't tell anyone where it's at because that's one of the rules of fishing. Never reveal your good fishing spots to people. So anyway, we'll see if I can catch some fish here. Just for the video. And I didn't really have much bait on me, so I decided to take a little piece of deer meat in the bottom of this bucket, and that's what I'm going to try to see if I can catch them with. See if I can catch something for you guys. If you can hear that, we'll see if I can catch something. Get out of there, Bailey. Come on now. We'll see if we can get them. Just a couple bluegills or something would work, you know. And I'll fry them up. These ones I'll catch. These ones I'll keep if they're big enough. Alright, now one thing I didn't show you guys is how to cast the pole. So if you're using an open face reel like this is called an open face reel. All you do is put your finger on the line like this, like I said, and then you flip the thing and then you fling it out there. And you'll get better as you go. So we'll fling it out there. Not that good of a throw, but probably gonna have to go to the left a little bit here. There's not a lot of good bank to cast on. Watch out, Bailey. There you go. Not really the best time of the year to fish, so Hey! Well, Bailey just ate the bait, guys. Get out of there. Now, a couple other options that you can do for fishing. You know, you don't always have to do everything with a pole and a hook. There's bank poles that you can set. You could set a trot line. Certain places you might be able to use a net. But there's a lot of options if you want to get some fish to eat out in the wild or wherever you're at. It's not the best time of the year to fish, so I just figured maybe we could get something, you know, show you guys. Wind's blowing to the other side of the pond too, so maybe we'll try a different spot if it doesn't pan out. This is Grant Nelson again with Mustache Off Grid. Just wanted to recap on the fishing a little bit. I went for probably an hour or so. Didn't catch anything, was really just doing something for the video. And just wanted to see if I could catch a fish for you guys and maybe talk with you a little bit about fishing and give you some insights. So hopefully it helps someone. If the video gets one person to go out and catch a fish, or at least even try to catch a fish, you know, I'll feel like my goal was accomplished. And it doesn't matter if you live in New York or Chicago or Los Angeles or any big city. Mostly all of them have some body of water that you can fish in. If you're not sure where to get a fishing pole and a fishing license, Walmart does it. They have fishing poles and fishing licenses, and a lot of other retailers do. And if you're not sure, maybe you're not sure how to cast and stuff, you know, go out in your yard and practice casting in your yard, or if you don't have a yard, go in the street or the park and try it. If the open face reel's too hard, they make a button reel that you can try. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. It's a great way to get closer with nature. And you know, if you've never been fishing before, the goal of this video is to teach someone that's never done it before how to fish. I could really go in depth on different lures. I could go in depth on different structure in lakes, scientifically, bass appetites in different times of year and the way that they, you know, operate. I could really go in depth on fishing, but I just want to give a basic fishing tutorial video for someone that's never been before. And if you haven't been before, I challenge you to go out and do it, and I think that you'll enjoy it. It'll get you closer in touch with nature. You don't have to keep the fish and eat them if you don't want. You can release them. I didn't have good luck, like I said, when I went fishing earlier, but I was just trying to get a little bit of fishing action for you guys. Just, you know, show you how it's done. Go down to some water, cast a line in there. And if you have been fishing, maybe you've been fishing a long time, go out and fish again. You know, it's a great thing. It's good for the state. You know, when you buy your permit and everything, all that money goes to the conservation and Department of Natural Resources, and they put that money back into helping the environment. So I think it's a great thing, a great way for you to be a little bit more self-sufficient. And it's kind of interesting too, in the Bible, you know, a lot of the 12 disciples were fishermen, and Peter and Andrew were fishermen, and Galilee was actually a fishing town. There's a lot of fishing there, and in Mark, it says here, this is when he called Peter and Andrew. You know, it says, now as he walked by the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And Jesus said unto them, come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men. And straightway they forsook their nets and followed him. And, you know, most importantly, you know, I want you guys to go fishing, but even more important than that, if you haven't found Jesus Christ, you know, look into it. As far as it goes, there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. And, you know, I think that someone maybe someone will hear, you know, what I just read, and it'll strike them, you know, be a little bit interesting for them. So, anyway, fish. Go fish, guys. Go fishing. All right, that's the point of the video. If I can get one person to get more in touch with nature and fish that's never fished before, that's the goal of this video. So hope y'all have a great day. God bless you. I appreciate you watching, and if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to the channel, or even just hit a thumbs up on the video. Everything helps, guys, so appreciate it.